Welcome to Aura. Thank you for being here. Let's talk about wisdom and grace, the sacred balance of power and softness. In a world that often demands we choose between being kind or being strong, wisdom and grace is the art of choosing both. Let's explore this sacred dance between inner fire and feminine warmth, the refined balance of boundaries and tenderness, assertiveness and softness. It is for every woman who has ever felt the need to armor up to survive and is now ready to step into her full power without abandoning her heart. Many of us learned early that softness could be dangerous. Being gentle meant being vulnerable, and vulnerability often led to harm. So, we built sharp edges, honed our wit, developed unshakable confidence, and became intimidating not because we wanted to hurt anyone, just because we simply needed to protect what was soft, what was sacred, and what was precious within us. But what happens when the world finally gives you a safe space to exhale? When you're no longer in survival mode? What happens then? That's when the opportunity arises to reintroduce grace. Don't think of it as a weakness. Think of it as a luxury, a powerful, conscious choice that you get to make. Softness becomes a privilege extended only to those who have proven themselves worthy. It's not the default. It's earned and it's rare. That doesn't mean that's how it should be. It just means that's the way it is if you take a look around and observe. Here's the wisdom. My softness is a luxury. This one line holds galaxies. It reminds us that kindness isn't obligation. It reminds us that our warmth is not owed. And to offer gentleness to a harsh world is actually an act of discernment. The most empowered women are not those who always act kind or fierce, but those who know when each is required. Your softness can bloom in safe spaces, but when danger knocks, your fire will answer. The secret is knowing how to sheath the sword without throwing it away. You may need it. It was sharpened for a reason. It's there so that at your will, you can bear that sword and put someone in their place. And then, when you don't need to use it, you can simply tuck it away and go back to your softness. The grace. I can be kind. I can be discerning. Grace is not tone or posture. Think of it more as energy. It's the art of saying no without rage. Okay, you can leave without dignity. You don't have to put on a whole display. Choose your higher self. Choose the higher path. Choose self-respect over putting on some great performance. Grace doesn't mean we don't feel anger, of course. There's grief, there's heartbreak, there's all kinds of emotions. Sometimes you're just going to be moody. Sometimes you're going to be hormonal. But you can transmute it. You can learn how to hold the weight of what you've endured and alchemize it into poise, presence, and precision. This is that sacred and savage that we talk about in the Aura method. If you want to check that out, it's inside Aura Academy at auracurated.com. But you don't have to choose between being soft and being your true sovereign self. You're both. You are both. So let's do a journal prompt. here it is. If you're ready, you can grab a pen, a paper, you can grab your notebook and write this down. Where in my life have I confused kindness with obligation? What does it look like when I offer softness as a sacred gift, not a default setting? Now take a moment to reflect on who in your life feels safe to receive your grace. What would it feel like to extend it more consciously, putting more thought, more effort, more intention into it? What edges have you developed for survival? And are they still serving you today? Do a little inner reflection. And here's a mini exercise called the sword and silk practice. Visualize yourself wearing two sacred garments, a robe of silk and a sword across your back. Each morning, choose which one you lead with. When you walk into a room, ask, is this a silk moment or a sword moment? Practice navigating the day with intentionality. If a situation calls for softness, let the silk guide you. If it calls for strength, let the sword rise. With time, you will master the art of both. This is how you amplify your aura. This is how you stay inspired.